Hey everybody, thanks for having a look at this short video about all the gear that we are going to be using when we go to the North Pole. Cool things like the shoes, the gloves, the jackets, the stuff that we need in order to hopefully survive and get the job done when we're running the North Pole Marathon. So have a quick look. Hopefully it doesn't waste too much of your time. And again, thank you for supporting us with donations to Handicap International on our CrowdRise site. So starting with the top, you may be seen from the pictures that we have from Rizutsu. We have this balaclava, which is a Cold Avenger brand, and it's pretty unique in that it's got a pretty nice insulated fabric, and then it has two sets of loop that hold a face mask on the front. You can either choose to use it or not use it. We used it in Rizutsu, and the face mask has this probably PE plastic, soft plastic mouth cover, which allows you to breathe, get pretty good ventilation, but it helps to keep the air warm as we're running. It's nice because it vents the air out without it going too much into your goggles. Although I have to say, both Ben and I struggled with the goggle situation when we were running in the -8, -12 temperature, because the air still escapes. Even though it's got this piece of aluminum that forms to your nose and under your goggles, the air still goes up from the face mask into the goggle, fogs the goggle, and then makes it impossible to see. So recently, as a result of that, after Rizutsu, I bought myself a set of these goggles here that are the Jewelable brand, which is meant to be one of the top brands for mountaineering. And they've got a pretty cool function. Just hold these forward like that, and on both sides. Hopefully we can do this with gloves on without having to take them off. And then you get this great ventilation between the lens and your face, and stops from fogging up and freezing up. FWD, our amazing sponsors, did provide us with a set of goggles from UVEX, and they've got some cool branding on the side for FWD. So what I'm going to do is probably transfer the patch over to my goggles so that I can still represent FWD. I haven't tried these yet, but we will probably try them up in Tromso, and if they work, then perhaps I'll just use those. They'll be nice as well. Besides that, I also got a pair of these glacier glasses, which are pretty cool as well, from Jewelable. I don't know how to say that word. French company that specializes in mountaineering eyewear, and these have shields on the sides to block the sun from coming in, and they're polarized, as are the other goggles. So if these ones fog up, I'm going to carry these in my pocket and wear them. If I can, if either the weather is good and I don't need the goggles, or if those ones fog up and I need a backup, I might just put those on. We'll have to see. So they're pretty nice. I've worn them for several runs. They don't get too sweaty too fast, and they're nice fit on my head. So you saw the balaclava from Cold Avenger. FWD also provided balaclavas for us, which are pretty nice as well. They're fleece, although it doesn't have the mouth guard. So I think both Ben and I will talk to FWD about using our Cold Avengers, and perhaps we need to put the branding on our balaclavas as well. Certainly not opposed to that, because FWD has been awesome. That's a nice balaclava as well. All right, that's for the head. Let's look at gloves. Gloves, we have two sets of gloves or mitts for the hands. First is a liner that I got from Rab, just stretchy, light, but basically designed to wear on the inside of these Arctic mitts, mostly because they can absorb some of the sweat. These things are super warm and super comfortable, so I don't think we're going to have any problem with cold hands. In fact, in Japan, my hands got too warm when wearing the liners. But -12 to -25, I think I'll end up wearing the liners in there. And then when you want to use your goggles or adjust your jacket or adjust anything, you take the big mitts off and you use the tighter fitting liners to make the adjustments, hopefully not having to expose your bare hands too long to the temperature. So that's the gloves. I got the Rab liners and Rab mittens, Arctic mittens. I can't remember their exact model name, but they work really, really well. Okay, down to body. I'm going to wear this Craft first layer, which is absorbs sweat and breathes well, pretty tight fitting, and I've used it a lot, and it's a perfect fit, and I like it. Then I'll probably wear a mid layer, which I haven't actually received. I ordered from Rab, and it is coming on Monday to the office, so I'll have to show you that later. In Rizutsu, I wore either a Perlizumi windstopper riding jacket with pockets on the back. I may choose that as well, because the pockets can be handy. But I also wore this Nike lightweight top, but I think it's too light for the North Pole, so I'll probably just wait for that jacket mid layer from Rab to come and give it a try. On the pants side, I'm going to wear wind blocker Solomon running tights on the first layer. Some people wear 3, I believe, but I'm only going to wear 2 because I get hot. And then I got these specialty Arctic ice climbing sort of active wear pants from Rab, which are specially made for that particular environment, either glaciers, climbing. They're super comfortable. They've got a bit of stretch. They are waterproof and they breathe. They're super nice because they have these zippers that go up the legs, and you can either open up different areas for venting, or you can keep it closed. You can close it from the top or the bottom, whatever you want. Elastic waistband, rubber grip on the inside. They're reflective on the inside to keep the heat in, and they work really well in Jiu-Jitsu. And Ben has a similar pair. I think his are from Arc'teryx, and these ones worked really well. On the top, above the mid layer, I got also from Rab a jacket in the same material. In fact, it's the same category of product, which is again lightweight. Most people probably think we wear super heavy clothing when we go to the North Pole, but we're not. As you can see, it's really light, so we depend on the base layer and the second layer or a fleece for warmth. And this is has a number of functions. Number one, it is wind stopping and braking, as well as breathes well, and is super lightweight and has a bit of stretch and flexibility. So it's also got nice venting under the arms, all the way from the wrist all the way up to the arm. I can open up if I get too hot. It's got a really nice hood that will come down over top of the balaclava and protect us from the wind, and has a couple of number adjustment features which worked really well when we were in Jiu-Jitsu. It's got a formable brim, much like the balaclava did, which you end up forming as you go through the day or through the run. It's got a chest pocket, which I'll probably put my GoPro, and then side pockets, which I'll probably put some nutrition and some hydration. We are doing, I think, 6 or 7 laps of a course in order to reach the 42 kilometers. So Ben and I are probably going to just use hydration in that amount and keep refilling or grabbing new ones when we get back to the station, the base station. So we're not going to carry water with us. I'll probably carry those in the pockets and then grab them as we need them. And expecting that'll work all right. So that's a pretty critical piece of equipment there. Obviously, lots of adjustments on the zips, and from the top down, or from the bottom up and the top down, and it's hopefully going to do the job. Footwear wise, I've got wool socks, merino wool socks, and these S-Lab waterproof Solomon specialty snow running shoes. Super lightweight on the inside with the typical Solomon adjustment. And I use Solomons all the time for trail running, and these things fit perfectly. So we were very pleased with them when we were in Jiu-Jitsu. Super waterproof, and the wool socks just seemed about right to keep our feet warm. I am prepared to put another pair on if I have to, but there's not a whole lot of space in those shoes, so I'm really hoping that I don't have to. I think it'll be okay. And the final piece of kit for us the day of the race is this vest, which just represents FWD. We'll try to get as much branding as we can to make them happy with their support of us. They've been great. As we said, they sent us a bunch of equipment and things to wear, including a travel adapter, nice kit bag to use the day of. We've got some luggage tags, and nice hoodies. One's a bit small, but nice hoodies to wear on the way to Norway, and a jumper, sweat top, as we might say, branded FWD. So they've been, as I said, great in supporting us, and we want to thank them. I think that's it.